Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another video from Osterham. I really hope that you guys are doing great today. I know I am personally, and I'm always excited to be back here building together with you. In today's episode we are continuing the work on the poorer section of the city here. The first thing we're building is a massive cathedral or temple for this religion we have in Osterham, just outside the gates next to a small plaza that we will build. The fun thing here is that there's so many different angles when it comes to these builds, so I'm going to show it out in detail once we get into the tour part. Then we're also building a couple of houses next to the plaza that I've mentioned, and of course the plaza itself, and a small field with some trees and like some vegetation and stuff outside of there. And all in all, it just brings this entire place together, and I'm very happy with the results of what we have built. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do hit that like button. It's the best way of showing support to both me, but also YouTube catches on that and remembers to just push my content to new people. You guys are great at leaving suggestions and ideas down in the comments, so if you have any more ideas, just keep them coming with the comment section and I'll take them all into consideration. That also goes for future projects. Anyway, let's wrap up the time-lapse for today and move over to the showcase where we take a look at what we have built. Welcome to the showcase section of today's video, where we take a deeper look at everything that we built during the time lapses. But before we get on with that, let's take a quick overlook at the different parts so we can kind of get an idea of where everything is placed, and then we'll move over to more of a detailed tour later. We built this temple here, which is placed in front of the gatehouse to the wealthier city, and it's placed next to the houses we built. I think these were built 3 episodes ago, just alongside this road here. In front of that we have this park with a tree and some fields and all that sort of stuff, looking pretty cool. And then as I mentioned, the plaza in the middle here. This was suggested by one of you guys on a stream, that we had like this big opening in front of the gatehouse. This is great for defense purposes, so that it's open, it's hard to hide people in front of the gatehouse here, so it's pretty cool. It's kind of hard to sneak up onto the gate here. And then on the opposite side of the plaza we have 4 houses here, all built on a diagonal. So basically every building that we did in today's episode has been on an angle, which has been really tricky, but also fun. And I think the way it makes the city look more organic, more real, when you kind of look at it from afar, is just so rewarding, so it's all worth it. Now let's start by taking a look at the temple that we built. And as I mentioned, this is built on a weird angle. So this side here, the northern wall, which is placed towards the plaza here, is like 1 block and then 3 blocks diagonal. So yeah, pretty standard type of diagonal. Very tricky to build because the details will all kind of yeah, it's hard to get details into this section here, but you can make it work. And then of course the opposite side here is just a straight wall, so we have like 2 angles already. And this is a fairly simple wall to build and decorate and make it look good. Then the fun thing is that the top section is built on like the center diagonal. So the diagonal, or the line that is like the mix of this 3 and 1, and then a straight line diagonal in the middle here. I use some math to calculate that, and it's looking pretty cool. So basically it's 6 blocks and then 1 in on the top here, and the interior reflects that. So it's a pretty complicated build. It was a lot of fun just measuring out and planning out all the different sections and where to put the walls and the windows and all that sort of stuff. But I think it looks really cool, and the shape in itself is just kind of enough detail for this build. It's not an overly decorated build. Of course it's in the poorer district, so we're not like doing these type of details as we've done on the top here, but that would basically be impossible with all these different angles as well, so it all kind of worked. So let's take a look at the inside. You come in here, and then we have like the great center hall here. This is built on the middle diagonal lines, which is pretty cool. We have like an altar at the front here, and then we have this small alcoves on either side here for praying, whatever. So pretty cool. The walls and everything, it looks pretty wealthy, but it also looks old and worn down. So trying to create a mix of the poor city, which of course is where we are, but also it's a temple. There will be a lot of money in this, as normal for religious buildings in medieval times. So that's pretty cool. From here we get to like the back. We have a place for the priests, for them to pray and prepare and all that sort of stuff. And then we have like doors on either side here taking us out to the streets, and we have the same for the opposite side as well. Then there's a little staircase here taking us up into one of the smaller towers on the side. So it's basically a small stair tower, and that takes us up to here. And from here we have some rooms. We can enter the balconies or the sides here, which is basically empty here. If you have any ideas what we could put here, let me know, but I kind of like keeping them empty just for like the simplicity of it, but maybe we could add something there, I don't know. And yeah, same goes for that side. And then in here we have a meeting room for all the priests and stuff. Pretty big room, looking pretty fancy, but again, nothing compared to the main temple of the wealthier part of the city, but it definitely works. And then we can also, yeah, we have a small back area here, and then some small bell towers on either side, so you could ring the bells. And we can also go even further up here with a staircase, which takes us up to like the bigger spire here. So yeah, mainly used for storage and some scrolls and all that sort of stuff. But then all the way upstairs here we have a small sitting area for the priests, but also the rope to ring the main bell, which is all the way on the top. And then we have the plaza, which is fairly big. It's very long, which is cool. And I tried to create like these massive tiles. It's looking a little weird on the diagonal here, but I think it kind of works. And if not, the pattern looks pretty cool. I've also done some texturing to that, so that it looks like, as you can see, we have the gravel here and you're kind of dragging the mud onto this plaza. They will probably clean it frequently somehow, but you can kind of see the way the dirt is dragged from the paths or the dirt roads onto here, but you can also see where people are moving. So I've kind of added some tear alongside here, as you can see on the ground, and then straight towards the gate here, so they would move around the statue in the middle, which is looking super awesome. The statues in Minecraft is not really my thing, but I still try. But yeah, you can see like the texturing kind of indicates that they move around the statue. And then in the front of the temple we also have a small like monolith thing, and again the same type of texturing here. It's looking pretty cool, and it's something I recommend you playing with, just thinking a little bit about how the lives of the people of your build would affect the textures of the floors and the walls and whatever. And if you try to do something with that, you can really create some cool effects. And I think, like for here, I think it looks really, really cool and doesn't look too perfect, which of course we were not expecting it to be, since we're in the poorer part. Now let's check out the first building, or the first house of today, which is this one. I love this house here. It's something about the color combination here. I think it's really beautiful. It's built alongside the river here as well, and this is a small tavern. So on the side we have a little path leading us back to a small area to tie up your horse. So if you're traveling, or maybe just living on the opposite side of the city, you can come over here on your horse. Just make sure you don't ride a horse back home. I don't think drunk riding is allowed in Osterham. But yeah, you can leave your horse here and then come inside this wonderful small tavern here. It's looking pretty cozy in here. There's a lot of tables and a fireplace, and overall just a very cozy atmosphere. If we wrap around here, we have the kitchen to prepare the food for the tavern. And then there's even a small staircase going downstairs to a small basement. We don't really use basements too much in this place. All the basements are small and shallow because the river is so close by that the groundwater would probably rise a couple of times a year. So you don't really have anything in your basements. especially not close to the river. Maybe the buildings coming over more like in the center here could have some basements eventually. But yeah, that's a small distraction here. Let's move over to this part here and then go upstairs, where we have some rooms, some small rooms you could rent. It's not an inn, so it's not like many rooms, but there's one small room here and another one in here. So enough for a couple of guests to stay. Then we go into like the home of the owners of this place. There's a big kitchen and a small dining area for them, and I think around here we have the master bedroom. Yeah, pretty big, nothing too bad. And then yeah, upstairs I guess we have like sleeping areas for the kids. We have storage and yeah, all that sort of stuff. Next to the tavern we have a small butcher. So if we look at this, it's pretty cool. We have some brick, the gradient I've been using quite a lot. I really love this one. And then some wattle and daub on the top and some wood, looking pretty fancy as well. And then if we come in here, we have the butcher shop. You can see all the sausages and meats and all that sort of stuff hanging in here. It's a small and cramped shop, but that's kind of the atmosphere we're creating here. Then we move to the back. We have a small kitchen area for the family before we move upstairs. But I also want to show you the back here, because I don't think I showed you the back of this too much either. There's some farms here and a small shed for storage. But yeah, let's move over here. We have some pigs. They're so cute, and somehow they don't escape. I think they can, like, I can escape. But they're just loyal to me, I suppose. There's a small house for them, and they just chill here. And then there's a small house for storing all the meat, like a drying house, and it's elevated, so it's harder for mice and other animals to get inside, which is really cool. And yeah, pretty cool looking. Now let's move upstairs and take a quick look at the interior. So here's the rest of the kitchen. So the first floor is mainly the oven, and then up here we have like the area to prepare the food. And there's even a little balcony here. That's lovely. And then yeah, dining room, that sort of stuff. Ladder taking us up where we have the living room, no, the bedrooms. Here we have some beds. I think around here, yeah, master bedroom over here, and there's even a little crib and another bed here. So yeah, that's it. Looking pretty fancy. I believe we can get all the way up as well. Yeah, there's a ladder taking us up to the upper floor where there's even more storage. Moving on to the other building here, which is this one here, and this is a general store. So it's selling all sorts of stuff here in the first floor, but also we have apartments as you go into the building, which is kind of cool. Something I want to try to do more often here is to have many families living in one house. So you come in here, we have a general store. Everything is in here. We have potions, urns, beer, pillows, whatever. Everything can be bought inside this little store here. Then if we go around here, we have like some storage for the shop as well. Even more storage back here. And then like a small like utility room shared for all the residents. So there's a little bathtub, some storage and all that sort of stuff. We can go to the back. To the back here we have some chickens. Yep, that's the word I'm looking for. They lay eggs and they have a little chicken coop here. And yeah, there's some farms, like some herbs and vegetables and stuff growing, clothes drying. Yeah, pretty cool. Even a area here to wash your clothes, a big tub of some sort. Alright, let's move upstairs here. Then we get to the first apartment, which is in here. It's quite big apartment. We have like a pantry in here. Then we have a small storage area as well. A little kitchen, quite cool. And then the living rooms. And from here we have like a bathroom thingy. Yep. We have some bedrooms. Small for the kids here. And then another one, like the master bedroom all the way over here. But yeah, we can go even further up and take a look at the other apartment. So if we go around here and up here, we have another apartment. We have a kitchen, living room area. Yeah, living room in here. From here around, we have a little bathroom thing. And then, yeah, we have the children's bedroom in here. And next to that, we have the master bedroom in here. Quite cool. And then all the way on the top here, I believe it's only storage. But let's check it out to see if I'm right. I think this is just, yeah, public storage area for the two families living here. The last building for today is this one here, the yellow one, built on the corner here. And this has a little bit of a unique lore to it, because this is a blacksmith. And there's a forge in the back here, and you might be thinking this doesn't look right. And you'd be right on that. It's a forge, which gets really, really hot, and it has started a fire. So in the next episode, we're gonna be building some houses here, which unfortunately burnt down. The blacksmith's house was spared, but it actually burnt down his neighbor's house and damaged some of the other houses here. So that's going to be fun playing around with that. But as you can see, the forge is very damaged, and you can see that like the fencing as well has burnt a little bit. And it's going to be cool playing around with making a burnt building next to that. Anyway, the building here, pretty cool. Very simple and small, but you come in here, we have the blacksmith shop. You can buy some tools and whatever is in here. We have a nice vaulted ceiling as well. In the back we have just like a further expansion of the workshop. So the forge is out there where it does all the raw hard work, and then in here he can kind of yeah, polish the stuff and sort them and whatever. So a little bit of a workshop as well. And then we have a staircase taking us up to the family's living quarters. We have the master bedroom in here. So yeah, big bed. You can also get out to this little balcony here, looking out. Oh, let's get back in. And there's a small bed here as well for one of the kids. So that's kind of one of the bedrooms. On the opposite side here, we have a small apartment for the apprentice of the blacksmith. So this is where he lives. He has a small private kitchen, small bed, basically whatever he might need. And then out here, of course, the family kitchen. Upstairs, we have a small bedroom for the kids and some storage. And then, yeah, a little desk and stuff for them. And then more storage in the back here. And that, my friends, is all I got for you today. I really do hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button. And if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.